In this module, we'll have a look at how to use the talking file in combination with Finesse to take maximum advantage of the talking files. When you double click on a talking file, it immediately starts running in the Windows Media Player program, and there's some buttons that we can have a look at here. Over at the top right hand corner we have close, as you know. This is to restore the shape of the window to a previous shape. This will then maximize the window, and this will then minimize the window so that you can see the program that's underneath. The talking file is immediately running as soon as you double click onto it. If you wish to pause at any time, use the pause button in the middle of the bottom of the screen. You can then return to play at any time. We then also have what they refer to as a seek button. You can hold your mouse down on that button and drag it to different places within the talking file. You may want to review the last component of the talking file, so you can place the button where you would like to start the talking file to execute from. We also have a mute button to stop the sound, and if you prefer you can change the volume control as well using this volume icon. Hold your left mouse button down and drag from left to right. I'll start the recording again from the very beginning, and this is a talking file about adding a contact. So it takes you through the steps of how to add a contact within Finesse. Now as I'm watching the talking file, it goes to the Contacts tab, and then the mouse goes to the last name field, and then I can type in the person's name I'm searching for and click on to go. Now I want to try those steps myself, so I've just clicked on the pause button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll come down and click onto Finesse to run Finesse, and I can myself do exactly the same steps. So the idea being that you watch the content of the talking file to a certain point. So I'll play it once again, then clicking on the new button, typing in the surname and details, and then we're going to drill into the last name. So I remember those instructions, I can follow those myself. I'll click back onto Finesse, click onto new, type in the last name, and then perform the steps that I've just seen within the talking file. Now returning to the talking file, you can see that I have Finesse and the talking file running at the same time, and there aren't any other programs. So what I'm also able to do is to bring my mouse down to the bar at the bottom of the screen, right click onto that taskbar and choose Tile Windows Vertically. What that will give me is Finesse on one side of the screen and the talking file on the other, so I can then play the talking file and watch the instructions and then pause it and click myself into Finesse and repeat those instructions. Now if you want to go back to full window size, simply use the maximize button within the talking file, and that will bring you up to full screen size once again, and the same for Finesse. If I click into Finesse, once again I can maximize Finesse. The last item to have a look at within the talking file is to remove this bar on the right hand side. If I click onto the blue arrow on the right hand side, it removes the bar and I can see more of the talking file on the screen. So by utilizing your talking file and Finesse at the same time, the talking file becomes a very good training tool.